Hello there, I'm Matthew Wright and welcome back to Inside Out London. I hope you had a lovely summer, managed to keep your cool during the glorious heatwave. Well, over the course of this new series, we'll be bringing you plenty of in-depth reports on some of the best stories from around the capital. Over the summer, there have been yet more shocking headlines about gangs of men grooming young girls before subjecting them to horrific sexual abuse. Now, most of the cases that have been reported on have involved attacks on vulnerable white girls, but they're not the only young women being preyed upon. And tonight, young victims from a different community are going to speak out for the first time. They're breaking their silence in order to secure the justice that they say has been denied to them. Chris Rogers presents this special Inside Out London investigation, but I should warn you that some viewers may find some of the content of this film disturbing.
Behind the doors of Britain's Sikh community, girls speak for the very first time about how they too have been groomed and then subjected to horrific sexual abuse by groups of men.
I can't sleep at all now because I keep getting nightmares. I attempted suicide on my 16th birthday.
I felt used and abused, like a piece of rubbish.
He was like, sleep with this guy, this is my friend, and it was horrible. I just wished I was dead.
Inside Out has discovered that there are many other Sikh girls like Jaswinder, with no one to confide in. Kulwant is another teenager struggling with the terrible consequences of sexual exploitation. At the age of 16, she was being paid for sex by many older men. As a result, she self-harms.
This is the first time I've actually had a look at your arms. Is it just the arms?
My legs as well. And my stomach. These ones on my hands I did as I wasn't able to cope.
This man is not a counsellor, a social worker, or a police officer. But he's been trying to help victims of grooming in his community for over a decade. With many in the Sikh community believing the police are unwilling or unable to help solve grooming cases, Mohan has undertaken something radical. He's been tracking down the groomers himself.
The Sikh Awareness Society does conduct its own investigations to see if it is a sexual grooming case, and if it is, we tell the parents steps that they need to take.
Recently, Mohan worked on the first ever case involving a Sikh victim of sexual grooming to have been successfully taken to court. Although the perpetrators have all now been sentenced, his work is not done. He remains in close contact with the victim to guide her through the healing process.
I can't even say my full name now. I can't get myself to say my full name now.
Why is that then?
Because a person, she's disappeared, nobody knows where she is. Subconsciously, like, in the back of my head, I'm thinking about them. I can remember everything.
Reliving them same scenes again in your head. You just want to completely move away from it. That young lady doesn't exist anymore.
I just don't want to be me anymore.
Mohan got involved in Kulwant's case because he felt the police were slow on the uptake.